What's up, YouTubers? This is StormMakerX, and this is video number 7 for the Mandalorian armor kit build, focusing on the helmet. And I pretty much just jumped ahead past the priming stage and the painting and all that, and just got to the near completion part for the helmet. I felt like for each of the videos I was doing, it was, maybe taking too many baby steps, just trying to show everything off, and it was getting a little too wordy, maybe too bland. So I decided to kind of like just jump the gun a little bit. Hopefully I didn't go too far, but I just felt like maybe I was getting a little too boring. So anyway, this is what the helmet looks like now. Definitely try to get that realistic look as far as abuse. That toothpaste really did come in handy. You can get that toothpaste for $1 at Walmart, and you might be able to get it at a dollar store too. So definitely good as a masking fluid. I definitely tried to find latex, but I could not find it locally for some unknown reason. I didn't feel like ordering it online and waiting. Rubber cement was suggested, but the only problem is I felt like if I had used it on the silver would have came up as I was trying to peel it away. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just felt like it might have been too risky for that. So I just stuck with the toothpaste, and this is what pretty much came out as a result. The main colors I had used, all the paints, the primer and everything, all of it was based on one company, and I used Krylon. Krylon was just a lot easier to deal with. Nothing against Rust-Oleum. If you feel like using Rust-Oleum, go ahead, knock yourself out. But I used Krylon because it was a little bit more available where I was at, and I definitely put it to good use, and this is what I came up with. The three main colors, of course, which is the bronze, the blue, and also the burgundy. The bronze I had, or actually, it is Sparkling Canyon. Actually, I refer to a bronze because it just looks so much like one, as far as the color. This is actually Brushed Metallic, which is from Krylon as well. This is True Blue, part of the Color Master, again, Krylon. And the dark red hit right here, this is all Burgundy, again, Color Master Krylon. So I definitely try to keep everything on the same company, reason because it reduced as far as any reactivity that would come about from mixing paints or applying it, and it definitely turned out very well. Even the silver metal was also Krylon, so in case anyone's wondering. I did try to go ahead and give it that D look right here with as far as with the the cheek area right here, and then the eye and face areas, whatever you like to go ahead and refer to. The only problem is I tried to mix champagne with silver together because champagne looked a little too yellow, and then silver would have mimicked this too much. The only problem is I think it still looks too silver, so it blends in too much with the silver area, which is the metal. I may have to go back and fix that later, but for now, we'll deal with it for now. Now, as I was spray painting it, I tried to really, keep it in the areas it was meant to be at, but it's going to happen no matter how much masking tape you use or painter's tape. It's somehow going to slip into areas you don't want to. As a matter of fact, I even had the bronze over in this area like that. So in case you go through that situation, what I did, I actually took a paintbrush. I would not get a very good paintbrush if I were you, because you could easily, after doing what I did, you can easily make that brush stiff and probably make it not work ever again. But what I did, I took a paintbrush, dipped it in some water, sprayed the paint on something thick, like either plastic or cardstock, and then just mixed my brush into it. If it's like the colors that have to be mixed in real well, just mix it up in a little bit and then just applied it from there. So it's got a nice touched up look, which is great. Okay, so the technique I use is called weather layering, which is what gives it that nice damaged look. Most people, what they do, they just keep the toothpaste on the area and it just kept on applying the primer, the paint, and all that. But I do the weather layering technique, which is for each time I apply the masking fluid, aka the toothpaste, on a certain area in order to inflict the damage, and then apply whatever on top of it, I wash that area off then after it dries, and then when the time comes to apply the paint, I do it again in the same area, so therefore it looks like the primer is showing through. Plus it gives me a better idea as far as what I want to do, and therefore if I want to change something up, I could then. One thing I also try to do with certain areas, I didn't do it to all of them, but like right here, definitely right here, it may be hard to see, but I'm going to try to I actually took a piece of sandpaper, and it's a hobby sandpaper, so it's at 800 grit, and what I did, I actually took it and I did this number just like that after I had washed it and everything like that, let it dry. The reason because it actually imitates a nice little scrape, which is something I was trying to really simulate. And this one definitely, because you definitely don't want clean metal, otherwise it's not going to make any sense. Okay, why do you have an armor that's been scraped but it doesn't, you know, the metal is still clean? And that's what I try to do. I really try to get it that, you know, that nice little simulated look, to get it all scraped. And as you can see the lines in it, which is what metal is going to do. So when I get to the next phase, it's actually really going to pop. And I really definitely, you know, I really try to get the damage to look very simulated to real life, and this is definitely done the same way. Now, like areas like right here and probably right there, I did not really succeed in getting that look because it was too small to really bother. But areas like right here, I really tried, but it didn't come out to, you know, anymore, but that's fine. And then here, and you can still see some more damage, definitely right here, and then some right there. That is, you know, that was trying to make it more roughed up. But you can definitely see the damage right here, definitely all over. One little thing about trying to apply damage is that paint is going to chip off edges first before it apply, you know, chips off of main areas unless it's been afflicted. So just a little something to throw out there, and definitely in areas right there, far as to make it look peely. All right. Now, not only did I try to get the damage and realistic look on the outside, but I also try to get it on the inside. And I'm trying to flip it just right. Yeah, see, I even primed and painted on the inside, so therefore it looks like, you know, like what you're supposed to feel like, you know, once you put the helmet on and everything like that. So, oh yeah, that might be going completely, you know, one direction, but that's fine. Also, one thing I'm going to go ahead and note real quick, where the Bondo used to, you know, was applied to begin with, it still carries on, and definitely not a crack, which is what I was trying my very best to try to make sure it did not do. So we're going to add the foundation, and the top surface is going to be great. One thing I really didn't do much on the video, I'm going to go ahead and do it now. The earpiece here, the little scanner, whatever, antenna part right here. This one I had, you know, applied the silver, of course, right here in this area, and then also the burgundy. And there were some areas I had to kind of like try to simulate, you know, what it would look like as far as looking down into it. And it's been roughed up too, as you can see right here. You know, definitely has been abrased by quite a bit. So therefore it definitely has that nice little roughed up realistic look. May have to do a little bit more roughing up on it, maybe, but for right now I think it's gonna be fine. Anyway, that's pretty much about it as far as what it looks like now. The next thing to do is to apply some weathering, but before I can actually do that part, I'm going to back off on the helmet for right now and focus on the rest of the armor. And the reason because I want to kind of put a design on the top of the helmet or some kind of sigil or something, but I can't really do that without getting a full visual of the entire armor first. Once I get the armor done, which I will go ahead and move on to the series with that, working on each different armor piece and showing what it looks like before and after, and then going from there. And then once I get that going, and when it gets to be like the helmet, I'll go ahead and get back, with the helmet, of course, with the whole entire set, and then apply whatever design I want on it. I'm having a hard time as far as designing what I want to do, because I've seen what everyone does, as far as what all they're going to do with their armor, what they're going to make it look like. But the thing is, with mine, I kind of want to make mine stand out as much as possible, be different. And of course, once that has been decided and I apply the weathering, we move on to applying the visor on the inside and installing it. But the thing is, I definitely don't want to do it now, because if I do the weathering, it's going to probably get on the visor, knowing my luck, and then I'm going to have a hard time probably as far as looking and all like that, but that's fine. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got on that. I hope I wasn't too bland and wordy about, but just trying to cover a few basics. Anyway, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed, and I will get back with you guys later with a brand new video. So y'all have a good night, and thanks for watching. Also, just to throw in there, if you like what I'm doing, just comment, like, and if you want to, you can even subscribe, and I will continue doing stuff like this. So yeah, anyway, that's all.